What we're going to do tonight is play with a few cards that I want to play with again before rotation hits. And we're just going to jam them all in the same deck. I've given Skeletal Swarming some guff, man, in the last couple of weeks or months or years, really, since it came out. But I do want to play with this card before it rotates, because it rotates. I know that that set symbol looks very similar to Midnight Hunt, but you see how the howling thing with its mouth open is pointed down, and on in Midnight Hunt it's pointed up. That's very different, dummy. How could you think those two things are similar? But this Skeletal Swarming rotates out soon, and I know that a lot of people really like this card, and I've always wanted to really like this card. I don't know why I don't like this card. I really don't. I think it's been played against me too much. But it's actually a fairly decent card, and I think it's actually really good right now in sort of mid-rangey, long game format. If you stick one, it's probably really, really good. So let's try it out. Let's try it out with the last month we have to play it. But gonna do something super weird with it. We're playing like an Abzan tokens build. There's like three things going on. Like, is this a Skeletal Swarming deck? Yeah, check. Is this a tokens deck? Yeah, Skeletal Swarming, Wedding Announcement, Esika's Chariot, tokens deck. Okay. Also a Life Gain deck there. On the lower end, we've got like Trelasara, we've got Voice of the Blessed, we've got Prosperous Innkeeper, we've got Lunarch Veteran. We've also got the Wandering Emperor, which just happens to gain us life, which could be really, really cool for a Life Gain deck. And then we've got March of Wretched Sorrow as a one-of. This is a removal spell that gains life. So at instant speed, too, like I imagine a turn where like we block with Voice of the Blessed, our opponent thinks they're going to blow us out, right? Or just trade, and we block with Voice of the Blessed. March of Wretched Sorrow, some other small creature. Voice grows and, kills the creature that it blocked and all that. Just like, I have dreams about it. But the idea behind this, besides just doing something wacky, I wanted to do something kooky tonight, man. Allow me to do that from time to time, and I just feel like these are cards that aren't getting combined too often. But the idea is to play, Lunarch Veteran on 1, Voice of the Blessed or Trelasara on 2, or maybe go like Innkeeper into Veteran on 2 if we don't get the untapped white mana on 1, Innkeeper into Veteran on 2, and then go like Voice of the Blessed on 3 and get a bunch of counters on it, and stuff like that. But when our opponent is done dealing with this, and our opponent like kills our Voice of the Blessed or our Trelasara or whatever, that's kind of fine because we have all these like really good cards at the top of the curve. We got like Esika's Chariot, Wandering Emperor, Skeletal Swarming, Wedding Announcement even. Really, really good card. So they still have to deal with all of this, like all of our little life gain stuff happens at the lower end of the curve. They deal with that. Boom. We're playing these like actual good cards. Maybe it plays out that way. There's a lot of different ways that this is kind of drawn up, but the idea is to, kind of feint, we make our opponent think that we're playing life gain and then zig one way and then zag the other, They think that we're playing just piddly Voice of the Blessed stuff. And then bam, we hit them with the big stuff. Skeletal Swarming, Esika's Chariot, Wandering Emperor, Wedding Announcement. We can like exile their stuff with Rite of Oblivion, and we have plenty of tokens to play this card multiple times. We got good removal like Vanishing Verse. Aside from that, a copy of Fateful Absence. March is decent removal, right? Wandering Emperor, obviously decent removal. I think if you count Iganjo, there's like 11 removal spells in this deck. So again, it's kind of an Abzan mid-range tokens life gain. There's a lot going on in this deck, but I think that might be okay. One of the problems with life gain always has been that, you do all your 1 and 2 mana stuff. You got all this 1 and 2 mana stuff, and you do it, and you get your triggers, and it feels really good, and then your opponent wipes your board, and you're just like, oh, well, I guess my game's over. So this deck will hopefully avoid the problem that life gain has of just kind of sputtering out, like you play all your stuff, dice to removal. What next game, I guess, It's like we actually have stuff at the top end of our curve, and it's all like fairly powerful stuff that can also long game really well. So, hopefully that sort of, being able to switch gears will both throw our opponent off and give this deck a dimension that it's never really had. So, obviously the issues are glaring. Not every card in the deck gains life. You have to have a Lunarch Veteran or a Prosperous Innkeeper to reliably gain life and proc your Voice of the Blessed or your Trelasara, but Wandering Emperor, March of Wretched Sorrow, they also gain life. If you do have an Innkeeper or a Veteran out, which shouldn't be super duper hard, but if you do have either one of those out, then you're gaining life really reliably and getting huge counters on these guys. So, I'm hoping that this deck has like a high enough density of good cards in it that when it gets kind of stumbly starts, that it sort of shakes out okay. But the stumble starts are the problem. There's also like weird lines, right? Like, what if we have to go tapped mana on turn 1, into Lunarch Veteran on 2, Voice of the Blessed on 3, so we can't play our wedding announcement, whoops, and then on 4, we have to hold up for Wandering Emperor, so we can't play our wedding announcement, or maybe we want to play our Asika's Chariot, well, that means we can't hold up for Wandering Emperor, or maybe we do want to play our Chariot, well, that means that we can't play, like, Innkeeper into Trelasara on 3, right? So there's going to be a lot of, like, weird decisions and kind of, like, spots in the curve that overlap one another. Kind of worried about that, not gonna lie, but I actually think if we can get out into the open air with this deck and, get to turn 4, 5, 6, start developing our board state, getting our life gain guys online, and even if they die, maybe being able to recover with things like swarming after a sweeper, if things work the way we draw it up, then maybe, but again, there might be some awkward starts with this deck, and even some awkward mid-games, so we'll see, but if anything, we get to jam these cards together and make them kiss and see what happens, see what kind of baby they make, and I'm kind of excited about that. Opponent goes first. We can vet turn 1, but we can't do anything turn 2. I think we still vet turn 1. We see what the land situation shakes out to look like. Opponent, Hive of the Eye Tyrant, Warlock class. That's a card I'm going to miss. Okay, we're good. You're going to Ganjo 1, Veteran, Trelasara. And that looks all right to me. Opponent plays a second Hive of the Eye Tyrant and levels up their Warlock class. That means they look at the top 3 cards of their library, put one into their hand, and the rest into their graveyard. Like we used to do back in the old days. Back when we played strategic planning. Opponent puts a Nighthawk Scavenger, a good old magic card right there, and a Dread Fugue into their yard. See what we do on turn 2. Play Forest. Oh, I need to switch out the basic lands in this deck. Let's go Trelasara, baby. Why am I still talking in this voice? Trelasara goes to a 3/3. We get a Skryski. Probably need that. Let's be honest. Gotta play the Asika's Chariot. Might want to blow up that Warlock class. Let's go. Get in for 1. Pop them. Go to 19. Opponent draws. They are on mono black, it looks like. They're on mono black. They play another Swamp. Shake down that heavy. It's a heavy boy right there. I'm going to shake him down. Well, I think I might actually want to Rite of Oblivion that Shakedown away. That might be an idea. Next turn we're playing Asika's Chariot, though. I do want the life off of that. Hey, make this Trelasara bigger. Let's do that. I might play this Trelasara this turn. Just to make this Trelasara bigger. I might do it. Ultimately, though, I think it's a fool's game. So let's just pass the turn. Let's just pass the turn to Kevin DeBrow. 3 mana in play. A Shakedown Heavy and a Warlock class sets up their board as they pass to combat. Shakedown Heavy comes in. They want to draw that card. I say we let them. You have your card, opponent. We'll see what they do with it. Will opponent make land drop for the turn? If they don't, it's a bit scary. Shakedown Heavy number 2. Gonna be a shakedown. Here it comes. Double 6/4. That is a 12/8 right there, ladies and gentlemen. We get 5th land. We're gonna need it to play the Skeletal Swarming. It's that voice again for some reason. Why? Okay. What kind of manners do I want from this right here? I think I want this here White Source. And an Asika's Chariot. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Scry up a Wandering Emperor. That seems pretty good. Seems like pretty good little scry up to me. But do we want to play Skeletal Swarming next turn, or do we want to hold up the Wandering Emperor? Let's not hold up the Wandering Emperor, actually. I think perhaps what we do is allow our opponent to attack with one of the heavies, and then exile that one. It all depends on what they do this turn. Opponent has revealed a green source to us. What is this? Witchcraft. Warlock class comes down. A second Warlock class. They will level 2 that one, spending most of their mana. Like we used to in the old days. I don't know why that applies to everything I say. Let's see what goes in their yard off of this Warlock class. It is a difficult decision. Opponent must be putting a good card into their graveyard, which means they're putting a good card into their hand. Another Warlock class and a black-green pathway go to the yard. How will opponent spin this attack step? It is interesting that they decided to both play and level up the Warlock class before drawing cards from the heavies. Let's see how they play it. They don't attack. Here comes a Shigeki, huh? Well, we may have to spend our turn playing Rite of Oblivion on this Shigeki. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we drew the Wandering Emperor. We knew we were going to do that. Let's hold on to this Boseiju for now. Let's crew the Esika's Chariot. That's how we start this turn. Then let's Rite of Oblivion the Shigeki, sacrificing one of our 2/2 cats. There she goes. There she goes again. Let's attack face. Let's attack face. We'll make a dude. Trelasara will get much bigger. You see, my idea is that if we lose our board state and they lose theirs, we can rebuild with a Skeletal Swarming next turn. There's a Voice of the Blessed. I say it's a good pull. Let's keep that on top. Come on in, Kid Dynamite. What you got? Double block the Trelasara? No, they just take one. No blocks. Double block the Trelasara. Okay. Fine by me. We take a trade. They get to keep a heavy. We get to keep our Chariot. And I say we just play another Trelasara. But what if they have Hook? Let's Trelasara. I want the Scry. Yep. I knew the voice was there. I don't know why I wanted it so badly. I say we play the Boseiju. That way we, I guess I could have held it. Played it next turn, gone Skeletal Swarming, but just play it now. I don't think I'll be using it on a class. There's Binding. What do they take out? The Chariot? No, the Trelasara. They're very afraid of it. They see our combo. Our combos, pizza rolls. Alright, we go to 23. What would be really sexy if I could Voice of the Blessed and Wandering Emperor. That'd be great. I wonder. Let's crew the Chariot. Let's come in. Copy a cat. Copy a legato. Get a life. What you gonna do, opponent? They're gonna take the block. Opponent takes the block. Let's Wandering Emperor. Get her down and get her done. Put a +1/+1 counter on the Chariot. Give it first strike till end of turn, kid. Yeah, I think they got on that one, but I'm still waiting for a Binding or something like that. Not a Binding, but a Sweeper, a Meat Hook. Oh, Invoke Despair. Okay, let's sack a token. We'll go to 20 and they'll draw 2, but they only have 1 open mana now. They do. Well, actually, we go to 22. We sack our Emperor, which does hurt a little, but not a lot. You know? Alright, I think Skeletal Swarming can start doing things now. We go to 20 off of the Warlock class. Let's play the Pathway on black. See if our opponent wants to use some mana. I do have 2 open. That means I could grasp this Chariot on the way in. Swing with both. I think they would have done it before that. It looks like things are going through quickly, so I don't think they have anything. Opponent goes to 9 off of attacks. Let's Skeletal Swarming. I think it's time to pull the trigger on this one. And here she comes. Gain some life, too. Why not? We go to 22 off the Skeleton token. Skeleton. Opponent does have 3 Hive of the Eye Tyrants, so I guess let's watch out for that. Invoke Despair. Nice. Let's get rid of the Skeleton token. And there goes our Swarming. I still think the opponent is on the back foot, though, but we'll see. We'll see. Killing the Swarming is a big deal. So let's play Veteran. Gain a life. Let's play Voice of the Blessed. Gain 2 life. Voice will go up to 4/4 if it stays around. Maybe they have the instant speed removal now. Be a good time to use it. Yeah, something's catching, so... Maybe I should have come in with Chariot first, but at this point I think Chariot's a bigger threat, but... they're going to march it. That's going to be a good little bit of life. Just 2 life. We'll go up to 11. Oh, I should have crewed the Chariot. I missed some damage here, didn't I, then? I think damage is super important right now. As opponent goes to 3. Didn't miss enough damage to kill them, so I think it's alright. Sweeper is bad. We don't want that. Sweeper resets the game almost completely. Hive of the Eye Tyrant comes in. What are the 4 cards in your hand? There goes Rite of Oblivion. We will... No blocks. They drop a land Meat Hook. That would suck. Nighthawk Scavenger comes down. Okay. Well, see what happens on attacks here. Have not done the math. We go up to 22 off of the Chariot. Alright, they trade with the Chariot. They go up to 1 off of the Lifelink. Should I Voice of the Blessed here? I don't think we need to. I think we just need to have that in case we have to reset. They're looking to draw a hook here or something, but they haven't drawn it yet. Invoke. Alright. Sacrifice a Veteran. Rather have damage on board. They try to draw into an answer here, and they cannot do it, man. Sorry, opponent. If they'd have just drawn that hook. Opponent goes first. Hand looks okay. We don't have green, which is butts, you know. We can play this Voice, but not a whole heck of a lot else. We also kind of have to choose between Voice and Vanishing Verse. But I kind of want to see what lands we get. So I'm an adventurer. I want to take this hand. Opponent goes Grim Climb Pathway on black. We drew another Asika's Chariot. Cute. Let's go Plains. And see what the Plague Den has for us. White land. We did not draw land. We didn't. We didn't do it. Didn't draw the land. Oh, I want this on black, don't I? That was a really, really difficult decision. So hard. But, you know, Voice is just like a 2-mana 2/2 until we can get some life gain, so... Wedding announcement, that's exactly... You see, this is pretty much exactly the situation I was hoping to hold up verse for. Hey, we get a green land. Hey. Hey, let's Prosperous Innkeeper. Sega Genesis. Alright, are we saved? I doubt it. Sort of black-white control things. The black-white token stack, you know. Yeah, they thirst our Innkeeper. We get a land. Oh, that's great. That's great news. It's so good. It's such good news, man. It's really good. I guess I'll take another Black Source. I don't really want it. This is Asika's Chariot. What I want is a second White Source, like, really badly at this point. We do have this treasure, but I don't want to crack it just yet. I want to crack it for the Skeletal Swarming if we have to next turn. Verse away the Chariot. Yep. 1 million removal spells. Another Voice of the Blessed. Alright. Alright. We have got to get a second White Source, y'all. Well, let's come in. Quickly go to next there. Interesting. I should just play another chariot. I could do that. Let's keep waiting on this white source. I think swarming is really good, though. They can't vanishing burst that, you know? So. But if I crack this treasure, then, like, I can't play 3 of the cards in my hand. Seems like a kind of a weird trade, you know? But, again, I'm an idiot. I'm so stupid, so I might do it. Maybe I'll just play chariot again, well, you know? Play chariot, we get swept. What's the big deal? You know? Screw it. Yeah, let's chariot. I think it's a better play. I think it is. I think it is then. Let's see what they got. Sorin. Sorin the Mirthless. Utterly without mirth. They make a 2/3 flyer. And it's our turn. Hey, second white source. That is sexy stuff right there, kid. Bang bang. Let's prove the chariot. Bang bang. Let's come with the kitties at Sorin and then chariot face. We'll target a token we control. Say next, dude. We're gonna stick them like a pig. Stick them hard. This play keeps coming up, man. +1/+1 counter on the cat. Bang. They don't get any lifelink either because it has first strike. They go to 12. What are you gonna do? Hook for 2 is great. Yeah, scoop it up, kid. Scoot it, get out of here. What are you gonna do? All right, so we're winning, and we'll be singing when we're winning. We'll be singing. I get knocked down. Gold tier 3 with a garbage deck. All right, we go first. We can voice. We never get voice and Lunarch Veteran in the same opener. Also need a black source. Is there not enough black in the deck? I think there's 11 black sources. Probably do need at least one more. But hey, we're playing up to this wedding announcement of Seeka's Chariot combo, which seems good. Let's Stardew Valley on turn 1. It's an overgrown farmland. Red source, Goblin Javelineer? Nice! I'm going to tip my cup to a Goblins player. Play a Plains. Ooh. Innkeeper. Innkeeper, Innkeeper, Innkeeper. Yeah, sure. Sure. I like Goblins. See if they have a turn 2 play. They don't play like Battle Cry or something like that. It's not block. Take R1. See if they just remove the Innkeeper. If they do, yeah, if they do, I won't play Voice of the Blessed. I'll just play Wedding Announcement. I wonder, yeah. Yeah. Could just play Chariot this turn, too. Probably be a better play. Trelasara. Trelasara. Chariot. Turn 3 Chariot on the play against Goblins seems like a decent call, probably. Let's find out. See if they play with Fire a Cat and they just keep rolling on, you know? Yep, they're going to do exactly that. Play with Fire. That's 2 play with Fire so far this game. They don't have 12 unless they're cheating. Hobgoblin Bandit Lord, I was waiting for it. Here comes a 2/2. Nah, let's go to 16. Sixteen. Good wedding announcement. Could Innkeeper. Yeah, Innkeeper into Voice of the Blessed or Trelasara is the play. I think I'd rather have a Scry. See how it looks. Black Source. For no reason. We don't really need it. I imagine we will need a land at some point in the game, though, so maybe it's really not too bad to have that. Do I want it next turn, though? Probably not. Could always re-roll that, get something better. But no, I think, actually, I think I do want it. I think I do. It's hard. Yeah, I think I will get him with Chariot. I think I will. We'll go up to 18 on that. Land Battlecry Goblin is pretty good next turn. Shouldn't have attacked with this. I keep getting, like, I'm really weird with the attacks tonight. I keep getting too, like, antsy. Knew I shouldn't have attacked with it. I don't know how I ended up attacking with it. Probably just not paying enough attention. That'll do. Oh, Land Battlecry. We called it, too. We called it. We go to 11. 9. We go to 9. Eek. Shouldn't have attacked. Just plain and simple. Shouldn't have attacked. Alright, let's no attacks. In the turn. Announcement makes a token. We scry with Trail Side. Another announcement. Do I want that? Weird scries. I feel like the scries have been, like, pivotal. Really, the pivotal move was attacking with the 2-2 when I shouldn't have. Again, I knew I shouldn't have attacked with it. I don't know how. I don't know why I keep attacking so weird tonight, guys. Hobgoblin Captain. Haste and +1/+1. This will gain first strike, so let's keep that in mind. Hey, you didn't do it. Interesting. What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? Just another play with fire or something? Chariot blocks this. If they're going to die anyway, what if I don't take that block? And I do take this block, and I take 4 and go to 6? 4. I could go to 4. 4's really low. Yeah, they activate Battlecry. We do go to 4. We get a land. That's kind of what I wanted. And that way we can go Voice of the Blessed. Gain a life. Skeletal Swarming. Neat. Is it too little too late? Do I want a removal spell instead? I'll try it. I'll try it. And then we can go White Source, Wedding Announcement. Then we'll gain 2 life here. Yeah. Oh, it's coming down to the wire here. It really is. Yep. Need to spacebar through that a couple of times. Had a couple of chances to you know, try and get something else, but I don't know, man. We go up to 7. They have a decent board state. They have 4 creatures. We have 5. They can play a goblin, give everything haste, so that'll give us parity in blocks. But if they try to do that, I think we have some good numbers on them. Here comes Hobgoblin Captain. It's a good card right now. First strike is no joke. Battlecry Goblin. But now they can't actually activate Battlecry. We might have a window. Yeah, our turn. Neat. What do we draw? We knew it was going to be a swarming. I don't know why. I created suspense there. If I'm ever going to swing in, now would be the time. Draw 2 off of announcement. But I think we actually want the creatures. Do I want to swing? Do you have vigilance yet? No, you don't. You will soon, though. That's going to be a problem. But maybe opponent being able to just create the biggest board in the world, or like they might be able to go above us if they can pump enough mana into Battlecry, but things are looking like they might turn our way. There's a land. We don't want that next turn. We get a bunch of scries. That's really good. Lunarch Veteran. Maybe. You know. Yeah, let's just... I feel like if we just keep gaining life, then they'll get annoyed. But at this point, we can just win. We have a Flying Vigilance guy, so I don't know if they have a way out of this. They might. I mean, don't sell them short. Royal Eruption, the Innkeeper. Glad we kept that on top, aren't we? Choose the Innkeeper and a rando 2/2 here to crew the chariot before the Innkeeper dies. Our turn. Veteran. A true veteran. Sure. Just doing a little life gain math, I guess. Could have targeted the skeleton there to make it a little bigger. That's a thought. No land. I do not want land. Stop it. They go to 1. We should have just attacked all, shouldn't we? How's the math work out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not super well, but they would have had to lose creatures. So I should have factored that in. March. Ha! It's a really good draw. When you think about it. See what they drew. Got all the blockers in the world. And they drew a land. Ouch. Sorry. Isn't that the curse of mono red, though? In it. Here they come. Last ditch effort. They gotta go for it, baby. Might as well choose 3. Let's march a Battlecry Goblin. They'll just activate it again. It's kind of whatever, you know. Alright, and they do have some big boys. There's an Asika's Chariot. Sure. Why not? Alright, let's pass in here to combat. Block here. Block here. Block here. Block here. Block here. And block here. And we're taking 6. So, sure. I think we win. Fairly certain. But you never know. Let's play it. Come on, play it. Yes, 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 no, no. I was really hoping our opponent would let us play the chariot there. We go first, and it's kind of okay, I guess. It could be better. But I'm going to go for it. This is one of those hands where it's kind of like, voice the blessing to wedding announcement. Who cares? Let's go farmland. Stardew Valley, turn 1. Vanishing Verse. We just play control, you know? Why not? Iganjo! Voice of the Blessed. Geronimo Iganjo. Alright. Jeskai mana for the opponent. We're going to have a good time. There's a they foretell a Doomscar or Solid Coming or Behold the Multiverse. We'll see later. We'll all learn together. It'll be fun. Let's play Black Source, Grimclimb Pathway. Get in for Tusker. Wedding announcement. What you got? Obviously, we're missing a Prosperous Innkeeper, a Lunarch Veteran. The missing piece of the puzzle here. Behold. It was a Behold. They do that main phase looking for land. Scry 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Draw there 2. That's a lot of cards in your hand, opponent. Hopefully one's a land. You can play it so you don't have to discard. They do Storm Carved Coast. And it's our turn. 2, 3, 4, 5. They still have to discard a card. Nasty. Nasty. Oh, it's a Galvanic. See what you did. All right, so we drew the land that we direly needed to draw. It's a Boulder Loft pathway into an Esika's Chariot. Sure. Sure. Let's go ahead and swing. Why not? Chariot. Carry on my chariot. We draw a card from Wedding Announcement. Card advantage is important in this matchup. Matchup! Blue-white, Deserted Beach. Sunset Revelry. Good card. Okay, so it is just like Jeskai Control, maybe? I thought maybe we were playing against Mill for a second layer. We still can't gain any life. Let's Shattered Sanctum. Shattered Sanctum. Let's crew the Esika's Chariot with a Voice of the Blessed. What are we doing? Let's get on in. Target a token we control. That's what I like to do, is target tokens I control. It's like my favorite thing. Alright, they just blocked the Chariot with a 1-1. They're going to take 5. Or 3, rather. Yeah, oh, I thought... Yeah. I'm just dumb and not very good at this. So let's say go. Do I want to play this Trelsara into a sweeper? Land Doomscar next turn? No. I think that's a dumb thing to do. Let's just draw a card off the announcement and see what it is. It's a land! It's a land! Look at this board state. Take a picture, it won't last long. Come on. Come on. You little scamp. Just do it. Oh, they Goldspan Dragon. They play a Goldspan Dragon we can Vanishing Verse? They play a Goldspan Dragon we can Vanish in... Maybe we can't. Maybe they just have Negate or something. Really old tricks. Come on, man. Let's play some Magic, Torify. Lady, what are you doing? Just... I'm used to being able to play Jeskai and Izzet and it just wins. And I don't know. I hate your deck. It just plays life gain stuff. You don't even gain life. You don't even gain life and I'm losing. You stupid. I play Goldspan. I should win the game. That's what I heard. That's what my experience is. Alright, so we can Prosperous Innkeeper into Wedding Announcement. We draw a land. Actually, we don't have to draw a land, do that. We can also Prosperous Innkeeper into Trelsara. But see, this is the awkwardness I was talking about. Like, do you Innkeeper into Trelsara or do you Innkeeper into a Wedding Announcement? What do you do? Pop quiz, hot shot. What do you do? See what opponent does. Hey, little shade guy. Always good to have you over there. We haven't named this thing. Duress! Ah, we got a turn 1 Duresser. We got a sweaty turn 1 Duresser over here. Let's get him out of here. Let's get away. What are you going to turn 1 Duress people for? What are they doing? You just poking around in my hand. The Wedding Announcement. Okay. That is a pretty good pick. They wanted the Emperor. They talked themselves out of taking their Emperor, and I think they did the right thing. That was a blue-black land, too, so strap in. Okay, it's Grixis. So again, strap in. For just... bunch of removal spells, good card, Planeswalker, something, you know. Prosperous Innkeeper comes down. In the turn. Maybe they're playing vampires, but with turn 1 Duress, I don't know. It's our turn. Trelasara. Let's White Source off the Boulder Loft. And then let's go for Trelasara Numero Un. Let's try it out. See what it's all about. Got something for this? Da-na-na-na-na-na. Let's take a scry. I want to scry so bad. Yeah, we want to land. Kind of sucks that we want to land, but we do. Poke him with Innkeeper. See what's going on. Nothing? Alright. They consider this. What could it be for opponent? As they cast Consider on turn 3, they put a land, a Haunted Ridge, into the yard and draw. They then play Consider number 2 as we press the spacebar and allow them to do just that. Will the card go into their yard or will they draw straight from the top? They draw straight from the top. Good Magic card, ladies and gentlemen. Was the first? Hard to say. But they filtered the bad cards that they shouldn't be playing and drawn into good cards they do play. 3 open mana for the opponent. Expressive Iteration is the first play of the turn. Will they get their land drop off of Iteration? Or will they have to play their land drop from their hand like an idiot? What's it going to be? Card in hand. Land drop. That's how you play Iteration, baby. That's how we've been playing it the whole time. No need to fix something if it's not broken. They pass the turn. We will come in with our things. Play Takenuma. And we will say go. Holding Vanishing Verse up. Interesting proposition. Perhaps opponent has a Hullbreaker Horror they must save 8 to 9 mana for, and we can beat them in the race to that. But I fully expect our opponent has removal spells with full grip. Land drop into Gold Span Dargon, ladies and gentlemen. Here it comes. They're going to attack knowing full well the consequences of their actions. But we Wandering Emperor. There's a little bit of sound mess up there. Target the dragon, and guess what? You don't get a treasure token, because it's only when spells target. Alright, so Seeka's Chariot next turn. I think we can handle it. Let's take that. We take those, and our opponent will pass. So now, we have Seeka's Chariot main phase. Get these Trelasara pings happening. Swarming. We can play it too. That might be really good against this deck. It really might be. It might be a real headache for them. I say we keep it. Skeletal Swarming goes to the top and stays on the top for the second scry. We will use the Wandering Emperor to put a +1/+1 counter on the Trelasara or the Innkeeper. I say the Innkeeper so it can't be Spikefield hazarded. And then we get in for 8. This puts the opponent at 7. A dangerously low life total. Will they have the sweep that they need to continue playing Magic? Will they, won't they? It all comes down to this. JZL 169 plays a land. 5 cards remain, and they Shadow's Verdict. That's how you play Magic, baby. Alright, so that does kind of suck. They still have 2 mana open as they pass the turn. Okay. So now, do we Trelasara, make a dude with Wandering Emperor, get in with the Chariot, copy the dude? Or do we Skeletal Swarming while they're tapped down? Now they could Dwarius. They could Dwarius if we try to Skeletal Swarming. So I say the safer play is to Trelasara. Trelasara. Could get countered, but it doesn't. Okay. I should have made the Samurai first. Let me go on record. I think that was missequenced. Because now if they kill the Trelasara, we can't crew the Chariot. We should have made the Samurai first. Okay, so we can crew the Chariot. But if they have removal spell, I think they're gunning for the Chariot here. Opponent ropes. Here comes the attack, and we do get to copy a token, so it doesn't look like opponent has anything. They go to 3. 4 cards remain in hand. They'll draw one, obviously. We have Verse up. We have March up if we need it. And we can get rid of a couple of black cards if we absolutely have to do that. What can opponent do besides sweep this turn? Even if they sweep this turn, all we have to do is draw creature. Didn't seem like they had removal spell that turn. They play land. 4 cards remain in hand for JZL 169. We'll do a lot of damage with 4 cards. They know we have Vanishing Verse. So they can't just play Arcane Bombardment, right? I wonder if they are doing that. A lot of spells. Awful lot of spells. They pass. See if they pass turn. They do. So, our question this turn is, do we make a guy with this Wandering Emperor? Looks like we don't have to if we don't want to. Well, still saves mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They could throw down Hullbreaker Horror, and there's actually a relatively high likelihood they have that. So, what I'm going to do is make a dude with the Wandering Emperor. We lose her. If they spend mana here, I think it's probably safe to Chariot. They don't.
Keep watch for intruders.
So let's crew. We use the Trellisaur to crew. Attack with the Vigilance, guys. Opponent ropes. Alright, something's going on. Does opponent have 2 removal spells? They rope again. It takes some thinking, it does. I don't blame them. Magma Opus, nice. Okay, so 4 to the Chariot, tap down the attackers, and they get to play Magic. Nice, okay. They get their 4/4. So that means that we can Chariot. Crush the Weak would hurt really badly next turn. I don't know that they're playing that, but that would hurt. I do think this is an Arcane Bombardment deck, by the way. I do. It's in the turn. If we absolutely have to, we can kill this, but I don't think we have to. We can just get rid of the Swarming and the Burst in our hand. See if they attack. Yep, Sweeper incoming. Sweeper incoming. I'll take this block. This way, a Crush the Weak kills their own guy, so, you know. But again, I don't think it's Crush the Weak. It's probably another Verdict. It's a burn down the house. Okay. Here's everything. Opponent stays at 3. They can get in a situation where they can play Bombardment and a spell in the same turn. That could be an issue. Lunarch Vet. I fear not having Vanishing Verse to kill a Bombardment when it comes down. They will have 2 mana to use it after it comes down, and they still have 4 cards in their hand, so I think they've been setting up Bombardment this whole time. But I think Skeletal Swarming might actually be pretty good against them. I want to try this. We can still verse it next turn. They get like 1 play out of their Bombardment. That's probably fine. Consider is the play over there. They're looking for a disruption or something. Or a whatever it's called. Counter target spell unless opponent pays 2. Disdainful Stroke. They got that. God. Oh, opponent. What a good game. I'm not going to lie. It's an irritating game, but it's a good game. They play Bombardment here. We're in a very, very bad spot. Imrith. Maybe it's not a Bombardment deck. Just like Dragons. Fable with a Mirror Breaker. Okay. Neat. We finally get another land. I feel like they've been very generous with the draws this game. So they go. They draw. See if they discard anything to Fable. Nothing. That's not a good sign. Really not a good sign. See if opponent actually gets to hang in here, man. I think they might. They come in. They didn't come in with Imrith. That's crazy. We'll take our 2. I don't think mana's too big of a deal, but it might be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Expressive Iteration. Whew, that's really good right now. Card advantage is sick right now. Really good. That's why I'm surprised I didn't attack with Imrith. They want a blocker for the Chariot if they need it. We draw land, we can blow it away, the Imrith. Put him at 2. It's not great, but something. They're having a hard time picking out what card they want with iteration. They finally did so. Let's see what card they get to play this turn. Jace? 3-mana Jace? What is this deck? He's playing Singleton over there? They play Lolth? What is happening? Where has all of this been all game? Opponent's just throwing the long bombs now, baby. Wow. Well, let's blow up the Lolth, I guess. What is going on, dude? What is happening? Like, what is this? I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. It's not like revolutionary. It's just like Grixis, couple of planeswalkers, bunch of spells, good creatures, you know. Grixis mid-range, but I keep expecting it to be one thing when it's not, you know. It's something completely different. We don't have enough to march. We can march the Imrith when it attacks in, if we discard the Rite of Oblivion. Or exile it, I guess, yeah. It's a hurtful board state, man. Opponent just really turned it around on us. It was really going well for us there for a while. And then this happened. How did this happen in just the space of like one turn? It's nuts. Play a land. They're down to 1 card in their hand, but they get to draw off Jace. If they want to. I could also just scry. Yeah, they scry too. I love learning. Jace. You goober. I love learning. It's good for you, Jay. Yeah, it's Grixis good stuff. Somebody's like, I can't tell if it's Grixis Bombardment or just good stuff control. It's good stuff. Just play the good cards. And also Jace. I didn't see him come. It was a big surprise. I like getting surprises when I play Magic. Mordenkainen. Do you want to draw a dud anytime? And then just bang, bang, just number the hits, baby. Nothing but good cards, kid. Just gross. Yeah, I'll take 5. God. It's disgusting. They draw 3. Man, they have seen 13 more cards than us. 13, 14. 15 more cards than us. I don't know how you lose a game when you see 15 more cards than your opponent. Because they're going to win this one. Just, you know, spoiler alert. This one's done. We're done. Yeah, our turn. It sure is. Come on, second Black Source. Where are you? Deck's been really stingy with the Black Sources tonight. Well, I guess I got to kill this Imrith. Get rid of this Chariot. As painful as that is. Where are all of our cards? I feel like we have not drawn any cards these last couple of turns. Let's good game them because this is just going to sit on the stack like a grapefruit. And that's annoying. Wow. Man. Yeah, the skeletal swarming being countered is what sealed the deal. I agree, Cascane. The swarming has just not been good tonight. It has been a garbage card. Opponent goes first again. Kind of a slowish start here, especially with opponent on going first, but we'll see. We'll see. Again, we had a really strong start with this deck, but we have had some wacky games these last few games. And some decks we hate had to come along. In case those games don't make it to the YouTube video, some decks we hate came along and just ruined our night, dude. We had like a 30-minute game against Mono Black that we were going to win, and then, you know, they turned it around. We had a, 30-minute game against Runes that we should have won, and they turned it around. So, just really wacky stuff tonight in the arena. We came across Mono Black and then Green White or Naya Runes. We were doing so well, but then Arena was like, oh, but you forgot. There are decks you hate in this format. It's like, no, I remembered. I just was hoping I wouldn't have to play against Mono Black for the 2,000th time. But, of course you have to. They double Q Mono on their turn, so... This is the deck we made at the end of the stream last stream. You guys remember? Black-Red Burn. Alright, we just go Innkeeper and it gets burned to death on their turn, but at least they have to spend mana on their turn to do that. Let's use the Pathway on green to Innkeeper. Remember, we still have March up, for what that's worth. They get a big creature this turn. And I'll assume they'll play a creature. Unless they go Fable. That'd be really sad. But hell, if you play, like, Bloodtithe Harvester, it's like a 5-power dude. No, they play with fire us. They play with fire us. Scry to the bottom. Pass. Our turn. I did not expect that. To say the least. That is not how I thought that would play out. Huh. Huh. Alright. Voice of the Blessed. I feel like if they had another removal spell, they just have played it just then. I might be wrong. Okay, so... See what they kill. I guess, yeah, they wanted to kill the voice. Oh, they have Infernal Grasp. Okay. Sure. Swing, I guess. Sego. Huh. Opponent gets both of their 2/2 haste guys. It actually could be a problem. They're 2/2 haste guys. We got a 13 this turn. Two cards left in their hand. They play land. I mean, but in the opposite order. Immersturm Predator, huh? Fart. That is a massive issue, dude. We have to draw Rite of Oblivion. We're coming down on board presence to play it, too. We didn't draw it. That's really painful. That's gonna hurt so bad, dude. Oh, we have 2 of Rite of Oblivion in the deck, and it's about the only thing that saves us from this Predator. Come on! You literally can't do anything besides tap the Predator down. Come on. Nice. Yeah. Click your spacebar. Stop hitting the blunt. Alright, come on. It's Seiju. Wedding announcement. And next. No attacks. Sega. And boy, do we have to draw. We have got to draw like crazy to do this. Predator's so good, dude. It's a really good card. Keep a Reckoner Raid, so just 1-mana enchantments that ping the opponent. That's what this deck is. Cool deck. That's a cool idea, man. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Yeah, great card. Really good card. Man. Jeez. Some not great games tonight, I gotta say. Do I want one more after this? Do I want that? Maybe. Just go to midnight? Maybe. If our opponent would play some Magic, that'd be really cool. Alright, pass. Here they come. Thought that might happen. Exile the Voice of the Blessed. Goes to 4/4. Let's block. Take 6. Go to 9. Lose the game. We've got to draw it, dude. And we're not going to. There's just no way we draw it. Nope, nope, nope. Not going to draw it. Why would we draw it? Why would we do that? It's a card we need, Dev. What, you're going to draw it? No, no. Crazy? Alright, double triggers. Voice of the Blessed goes to 4/4. It'll go to 5/5. 6/6, actually. It'll go to 6/6 before the turn's over. Maybe even 7/7. 7 of March something. March doesn't gain any life. They can just sacrifice. That's kind of sucky. Alright, in the turn. We'll go up to 13 here. Voice of the Blessed gets big-ish. 6/6. She flies. She vigilances. Watch him draw removal spell. They do get to pitch this card, draw another. They pitch a Fable. They are looking for a removal spell. All day. Parquet, why are you scooping? You are in such a good position, dude. You are in such a good position. Why did we lose? Or why did we win? I expected us to lose. Why did you scoop? We're in. I like Life Gain. I think that Life Gain has a you know, like Life Gain should be an archetype. It should be. I think it was very smart of Wizards, trying to bring in new players. I guess I'd never thought about this before. Hey, late Epiphany, if you're hanging out on the stream for 2.5 hours, you get these. And of course, if you wait all the way through the YouTube video, you get these too. But little Epiphany here, the two decks that like new players love the most, Life Gain and Mill, right? 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 When did they actually launch the client? When did the Arena, not the beta, but the actual Arena client launch? MTG Arena launched. Not the beta, the actual thing. September 26, 2019. So is that the actual release? Or was that just the... People ask, is MTG Arena still active? That's hilarious. The game was released in beta November 2017. Was fully released for Microsoft Windows users in September 2019. So yeah, it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years since Arena was released. And you know... Wait, what's the citation needed there? Hold on. But, you know... Interesting that there are... Restore window. Interesting that there are, you know... The two decks that new players love the most are Mill and Life Gain, and then like right after they launch the client, Mill and Life Gain are like playable decks. You know? That's really weird. Here's where the citation is needed, by the way. I just saw citation needed. I was like, what was that? Engine. Apparently it's using the Unity engine, and that needs a citation. Even though I believe it totally does use the Unity engine. By the way, Magic Arena redirects here. For the home arena of the Orlando Magic, see Amway Arena. That's really funny.